Do your legs ever feel tight, weak, or heavy in the morning? That may not just be a get, could be your breakfast. After 60, the muscles in your legs naturally begin to weaken, and what you eat or don't eat within the first hour of your day can make all the difference. New research now shows that by simply avoiding 3 common breakfast foods, seniors can lower their risk of leg muscle loss by as much as 72%. No prescriptions, no gym sessions, no expensive programs, just smart, simple food choices. Many older adults already have the right ingredients in their kitchen, they just haven't been using them in the right way. That's what quietly leads to muscle loss, poor circulation, and difficulty standing or walking without even realizing it. If your legs cramp at night, if they feel stiff getting out of bed, or if climbing stairs leaves you short of breath, this could be the reason. In this video, I'll walk you through the 3 most harmful breakfast foods draining your strength and show you 3 nourishing foods that can help restore leg power, ease pain, and keep you moving comfortably. Stay with me, because the final food on this list may be exactly what your legs have needed all along. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 3 breakfast meals that are silently causing weak legs and muscle loss. 1. White bread and sugary spreads. A silent enemy of your legs. Every morning across the country, countless older adults sit down to the same breakfast they've had for decades: white toast with a little jam, maybe a bit of margarine, and a cup of coffee. It feels routine, familiar, and harmless. But for many people over 60, that small, innocent breakfast may be one of the biggest reasons their legs feel weak by mid-morning. The issue isn't just the bread. It's how white bread behaves inside the aging body. Once stripped of its natural fiber and nutrients, white bread turns into sugar the moment it hits your digestive system. That causes a spike in blood sugar, followed quickly by a crash. Your body, desperate to stabilize, begins drawing energy from somewhere else, usually your muscles. And the biggest, most energy-demanding muscles in the body? Your legs? Now add that spoonful of jam or jelly. No protein, no fiber, just processed sugar that ramps up inflammation. And where does that inflammation go in older adults? The joints, the nerves, the fragile highways connecting your brain to your legs. Slowly, silently, those systems break down. I think of one of my patients, Mr. Richard M., age 74, a retired factory supervisor from Iowa. He came into my clinic after his second fall in less than 6 months. His legs weren't in pain, but they felt like sandbags by late morning. He couldn't understand it. He wasn't diabetic. He wasn't overweight. But every single day for years, his breakfast had been 2 slices of white toast, grape jelly, and black coffee. That was it. When we tested him, his labs showed signs of insulin resistance and muscle degradation, classic indicators of unstable morning blood sugar and low protein intake. Once we replaced his breakfast with something more stable: eggs, a slice of whole grain toast, and some avocado, his energy returned. He felt lighter, more balanced, and said walking upstairs no longer felt like climbing a mountain. The scary part is that most seniors never notice this damage happening. It creeps in slowly. One day you find yourself needing to hold the counter to stand. Another day you hesitate before stepping off a curb. You tell yourself it's just age, but often it's something you ate. That one piece of toast can start a chain reaction: a sugar spike, an energy crash, muscle breakdown, weak legs, and eventually a fall. And one fall can steal your independence. But here's the hope. It's reversible. A better breakfast can change everything. And before we move on, I want to walk you through the next hidden habitone you may be repeating every morning without thinking, that could be accelerating leg weakness faster than you realize. Stay with me. Let's move into part 2. 2. Only drinking black coffee and skipping breakfast, a dangerous habit that drains your legs. You wake up still a little tired but ready to face the day. Like many older adults, your first move is automatic: straight to the coffee pot. A strong cup of black coffee, maybe 2, no breakfast. Maybe it's habit, maybe you've just never been much of a breakfast person, but buried in this quiet routine is a daily decision that could be draining the strength from your legs more than you realize. When you drink only coffee on an empty stomach, your body enters a catabolic state. That means in the absence of real fuel, your system starts breaking down its own muscle to keep your energy stable. And it doesn't just pull from anywhere, it goes after the largest, most accessible energy reserves you have, your legs. This happens more quickly after age 60. At this stage of life, your body is producing fewer of the hormones needed to build and maintain muscle. And when you lose it, it doesn't come back easily. Every skipped meal becomes a missed opportunity to protect your independence. Coffee by itself provides no protein, no calories, and no nutrients to repair or build muscle. It feels like a boost, but what it's really doing is masking fatigue while your body burns through itself to keep going. I remember one of my patients, Mr. Lionel James, a 68-year-old retired police officer from South Carolina. Still active, still proud, still climbing ladders to clean his gutters. But he came into my office one day after nearly collapsing while getting out of his pickup truck. His legs felt unstable. He hadn't changed his medications, his sleep, or his exercise, but when we looked closely, we found the missing piece. His mornings? 2 large mugs of black coffee, nothing else until noon. His muscle scan revealed early sarcopenia, kind of muscle loss we typically see much later in life. It was already affecting his strength, balance, and stamina. Once we added a simple protein-based breakfast within 30 minutes of waking, everything began to change. Within weeks, his energy returned, his balance improved, and he told me he felt like himself again. But here's the hard truth: most people don't notice this damage while it's happening. You don't wake up one day with weak legs. It happens slowly. You hold the wall a little longer. Take a second, try standing up, feel your knees hesitate when stepping down. The real price of skipping breakfast isn't just feeling tired. It's the slow erosion of strength that keeps you steady, mobile, and independent. But there's still time to stop that trend. And the next common mistake? It's probably sitting in your pantry right now, marketed as heart healthy, trusted for years, but quietly working against your circulation. Let's look at that next. 3. Sugary instant cereals or condensed milk, the sweet trap that's weakening your legs. It seems harmless at first glance, maybe even cheerful. A brightly colored box of instant cereal in your pantry, labeled heart healthy or whole grain. A can of condensed milk you've added to your morning coffee since the kids were little. These are familiar comforts, tied to routine and memory. But for your legs, these foods are slowly working against you. The truth is, many of the cereals marketed towards seniors contain hidden sugars, stripped-down grains, and synthetic vitamins that the aging body struggles to absorb. They digest quickly, too quickly, causing your blood sugar to spike, then crash. And during that crash, your body scrambles for fuel and starts pulling from your muscle tissue, especially your legs. Add condensed milk into the picture, and the problem grows. Just 2 tablespoons carry over 20 grams of sugar. It might bring back memories of old family breakfasts, but it feeds inflammation in the body and disrupts the very systems responsible for strength, balance, and coordination. Sugar rushes into the bloodstream, pushing insulin levels up. Instead of helping your body repair or maintain muscle, it signals fat storage, weakens circulation, and worsens inflammation. This is especially harmful as we age, and our metabolism naturally slows and our blood vessels stiffen. I'll never forget one of my patients, Mrs. Lorraine Tate, a kind 73-year-old from Michigan. She'd always been active, loved gardening, and walking her dog. But she came to me after tripping and falling in her backyard. Her legs, she said, had started to feel rubbery, by late morning unsteady and unreliable. When we reviewed her diet, it was clear. Every day, she had a bowl of flavored instant oats and a hot cup of tea with a generous spoon of condensed milk. She believed it was a gentle, healthy breakfast, but her labs told a different story. Her blood sugar was elevated, early signs of nerve damage had begun, and inflammation markers were rising, all pointing back to that daily routine. The consequences go far beyond one fall. Numbness, night cramps, slower reflexes, that quiet moment when your toe just catches the rug or your knee buckles slightly going up a step. That's not just age, it's a body running on sugar, not support. And here's the truth no one puts on the label. Sugar doesn't just add calories. It shuts down muscle building. It slows recovery. It weakens your leg's ability to protect you from injury. So while breakfast may seem like a safe start to the day, the wrong choice can rob you of strength before you ever leave the house. But here's the good news. There's still time to turn it around. Tomorrow's breakfast could help you build back strength, restore your balance, and reclaim your independence. Let's look at the first healing food your legs have likely been waiting for. And you might already have it in your kitchen. 3 breakfast meals to help your legs get healthier every day. 1. Boiled eggs with leafy greens. The simple morning meal that helps rebuild your legs. There's a quiet kind of strength already waiting for you in your kitchen. Not expensive, not trendy, just a simple boiled egg. For years, many older adults avoided eggs, worried about cholesterol. But what we now know and what the latest science confirms is that for people over 60, especially those struggling with leg strength or balance, a boiled egg may be one of the smartest choices you can make in the morning. And when you pair it with a small serving of leafy greens like steamed spinach or lightly sautéed kale, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to stay strong, steady, and mobile. Your legs carry you. They are home to some of the biggest muscles in your body. And after a full night's sleep, your system wakes up in a slight state of depletion. It needs fuel, not sugar, not caffeine, but real fuel that supports muscle repair and blood flow. If it doesn't get what it needs, it starts breaking down your own muscle tissue, starting with the legs. That's where the boiled egg comes in. Inside that yolk is leucine, a powerful amino acid that sparks muscle protein synthesis, the very process that helps you rebuild strength and prevent falls. It also provides a complete package of essential amino acids your body needs but can't produce on its own. Now add in those greens. Magnesium to ease tight muscles. Potassium to steady your heart and nerves. Folate and iron to keep oxygen flowing smoothly through your legs. These nutrients don't just protect your circulation, they support the tiny nerve signals that help you keep your balance. I think of Mr. Harold Jenkins, age 74, a retired postman from a small town in Ohio. When he first came to see me, he said he couldn't walk halfway down his driveway without holding onto the railing. His legs felt sluggish. He told me he usually skipped breakfast or had a piece of toast, maybe coffee. We made one simple change. 1 boiled egg, a half cup of lightly steamed spinach, every morning. Within 3 weeks, he noticed a difference. By the 6th week, he told me with a proud smile, "I don't need to sit down to put on my socks anymore." Omi, here's what matters. After 60, your body naturally loses up to 1% of its muscle mass every year. But when you start your morning with real nourishing food, not sweet spreads, not empty carbs, you give your legs what they need to keep you upright and independent. And it doesn't take complicated cooking. Just a pot of water, an egg, a handful of greens. That's it. It's about choosing foods that support, not strip away your mobility. And this is just the beginning. Because there's another breakfast staple, a warm and comforting grain that pairs perfectly with eggs and can help protect your legs even further. Let's explore it next. 2. Oatmeal with chia seeds, a gentle grain that protects your legs all morning. There's something deeply soothing about a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning. It brings back memories of simpler times, steady rhythm, a quiet start to the day. But for older adults, especially after 60, oatmeal can be more than just comfort food. It can be a gentle partner in protecting your leg strength, improving circulation, and keeping you moving through the day with confidence. You see, as we age, the body changes in quiet but powerful ways. It becomes harder to regulate blood sugar, to absorb nutrients, and to rebuild muscle. And yet, the morning is when we need our bodies to show up for us, to walk, to stand steady, to begin the day without fear of falling. That's where oatmeal comes in. Not the instant packets loaded with sugar, but real oats old-fashioned or steel cut. They digest slowly, releasing energy over time. That means no blood sugar roller coaster, no crash that leaves your legs shaky or your energy drained. Oats are also rich in beta-glucan, a special kind of fiber that helps your body absorb more of the minerals and protein needed to repair and preserve muscle, especially in the lower half of your body. But the real magic happens when you stir in a spoonful of chia seeds. Just 1 tablespoon adds magnesium, calcium, potassium, and omega-3 salt vital for older adults. These nutrients do quiet but essential work. They keep nerve signals sharp, help muscles relax properly, and improve blood flow to your legs and feet. That's less cramping, less heaviness, and a steadier step. I think of Mrs. Evelyn, age 79, a kind woman from Indiana who came to see me after noticing she couldn't walk her garden path like she used to. 10 minutes in, and her legs would feel tight and tired. Her breakfast back then? A piece of white toast and a quick cup of instant coffee. We made one small change. A warm bowl of oatmeal each morning with chia seeds and a handful of blueberries. That's it. 1 month later, she smiled and told me, "I don't need to lean on the porch railing anymore." Her legs felt lighter. Her energy reached into the afternoon. And that garden path? She made the full loop again, no resting needed. This isn't about fads or expensive powders. It's about giving your body what it quietly craves. Steady energy, nourishing minerals, real food that supports muscle and nerve health without flooding your system with sugar. And here's the bigger picture. Every time you eat this way, you're lowering your risk of the thing many older adults fear most of all. Because stronger legs, steadier balance, and more stamina don't just help you walk, they help you stay independent. And next, there's a food you may already have in your fruit bowl. Light, familiar, and easy on digestion, yet packed with natural electrolytes that help restore muscle after sleep. Let's talk about the quiet strength hidden in this often overlooked breakfast staple. 3. Steamed sweet potatoes with natural mineral salt, the morning duo that reawakens your legs. Sometimes, the strongest support for aging legs doesn't come from a prescription bottle or a supplement aisle. It comes from your own kitchen, simple, warm, and often overlooked. One of the most effective and nourishing ways to start your day, especially after 60, is by eating half a steamed sweet potato, gently seasoned with a pinch of mineral-rich salt like Himalayan or Celtic salt. It might not sound revolutionary, but for older adults, this gentle pairing can help restore balance, reduce morning stiffness, and build the foundation for stronger, more stable legs. Every night while you sleep, your body naturally loses fluids and electrolytes through breathing and basic repair processes. You wake up mildly dehydrated, low on sodium, magnesium, and potassium minerals your muscles rely on to function properly. And your legs, being the largest and most active muscles, are often the first to feel that deficit. This is why what you eat in that first hour matters more than most people realize. Sweet potatoes provide slow-digesting carbohydrates that feed your muscles steadily. No crash, no spike, just long-lasting fuel. They're rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals crucial for preventing leg cramps and supporting healthy nerve signals. They also deliver vitamin C and manganese, which assist in tissue repair and help fight low-level inflammation that builds up with age. Now add in that pinch of Celtic or Himalayan salt. Unlike standard table salt, these natural salts haven't been stripped of their trace minerals. They contain over 80 of them, including calcium, magnesium, and sodium in forms your body recognizes and can use. For seniors, especially those on low-sodium diets or taking medications like diuretics, these trace minerals can help gently restore what's been lost overnight. I think of Mr. Harold Simmons, 77, a retired welder from North Carolina. He came into my clinic complaining about his legs locking up before lunch and a heaviness in his stride that seemed to appear out of nowhere. He'd always been active, still worked on his truck, but something was changing. We didn't start with medication, we started with food. I asked him to begin each morning with half a steamed sweet potato, lightly salted with pink Himalayan salt, and a glass of warm water. No protein shakes, no pills, just that. Within 10 days, he was walking across his yard without needing to grab the porch rail. His legs felt more connected, more willing. "It's like they woke up with me," he said. And in many ways, they had. This small ritual did something powerful. It gave his muscles the minerals and fuel they needed at the time of day when his body was most vulnerable. It wasn't a cure, it wasn't a miracle. It was consistency, and at this stage of life, consistency is strength. When you begin your day with intention with food that supports, rather than drains you, lay the groundwork for safer steps, fewer cramps, and greater confidence in every movement. Now that we've talked about the foods that protect your legs, it's time to look at the simple morning habits that bring those foods to life. Rituals that hundreds of older adults have used to feel steadier, safer, and stronger without pills or personal trainers. Because the way you start your morning still has the power to shape your entire day and your future. By the time we reach our 60s, so much of life can feel like it's slipping beyond our grasp. H's show up out of nowhere. Energy runs out faster than it used to, and our legs once strong and dependable start to feel uncertain. It's tempting to accept it all as part of getting older. Easy to say, that's just age. But not everything that feels inevitable truly is. Because here's something that often goes unsaid. You still have power. Not in grand, sweeping ways, but in the small, steady choices you make each day. The way you begin your morning now holds more weight than ever. It's no longer just about routine or calories. It's about protecting your ability to move, to stand, to say yes to the life that's still in front of you. It's about being able to get out of your chair without hesitation, about walking down your driveway with confidence, about taking the hand of your grandchild and saying, "Let's go." We've talked about the hidden foods that quietly chip away at that strength, the white toast with jam, the coffee on an empty stomach, the sugary cereals that promise heart health, but deliver instability and inflammation instead. Those meals may seem harmless, but they can slowly break down the very muscles that hold you upright. But you've also been given the tools to rebuild. A boiled egg with spinach or kale to bring back muscle tone and balance. A warm bowl of oats paired with chia seeds to steady your energy and ease inflammation. A steamed sweet potato with a touch of mineral salt to restore what your body loses during sleep and to give your legs the fuel they deserve. These aren't expensive fixes. You don't need fancy powders or a personal trainer. You just need intention. One meal, one morning. One shift from feeding your cravings to feeding your strength. I've seen it happen, not in athletes or celebrities, but in real people. Folks who thought their best days were behind them, who started small and found strength again. Their legs grew stronger, their steps more certain. And with each new day, they gained not just balance, but freedom. The freedom to live life on their own terms. So, ask yourself with care, not pressure, what will tomorrow morning look like? What will you offer your legs, your body, your future self? There's still time to choose nourishment over depletion, strength over surrender, one thoughtful breakfast at a time. And if this message resonates with you, I invite you to be part of this journey with us. Share one thing you've learned and plan to change in your own routine. Your voice might inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment with the number 1. If not, feel free to type 0. Your honest feedback matters. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Senior Health 365 for more guidance and gentle support. Thank you for watching. May each morning bring you closer to the strength and independence you deserve.